Now, where did we stop in our last class? I hope you are going to be alive like this when we start teaching. Because I know that some of you are under attack. Big one, for that matter. Big attack. Now, in the last class, we were talking about the evidence of rectilinear propagation of light. Shebi? Aye kugo maka formation of shadows. And then the one we are discussing, the one we've discussed is what? Eclipse. Akia? Good. Have we talked about lunar eclipse? Are you sure? But we've talked about solar eclipse. When does solar eclipse occur? When the moon is between the sun and the earth. Oh yeah, let's continue. Lunar eclipse. Sharp, sharp. Lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipse. Ma? Eh? What happened? Oh, sorry for that. Sorry for that. Okay? Sorry for that. Lunar eclipse. Are we ready? Oh, yeah, right. This occurs when the earth is between the sun and the moon. This occurs when the earth is between the sun and moon. This occurs when the earth is between the sun and what now? Moon. Full stop. Full stop. Full stop. During a lunar eclipse, during a lunar eclipse, during a lunar eclipse, the moon is entirely obstructed by the earth. The moon is entirely obstructed by the earth. The moon is entirely obstructed by the earth. This is because of the size of the earth relative to the moon. This is because of the size of the earth relative to the moon. Relative to the moon. Relative to the moon. Full stop. Now, class, we are talking about lunar eclipse. When did we say it occurs? 1, 2, ready, go. So when earth is between the sun and the moon, we call it what now? We call it lunar eclipse. So class, if you look at this now, you see that if a lunar eclipse is occurring, will we even know? We will not know. Why won't we know? Because the moon is somewhere here and we will still be receiving light normally. So, but if you were on the moon, you will notice that there is a lunar eclipse. Okay? Because the moon will not be receiving light. Now, the moon and earth, which one is bigger? The earth is much more bigger than the moon. And because of that, during a lunar eclipse, the moon is entirely obstructed. The moon will not even see a single light. Because the earth is bigger than the moon. But remember that during a solar eclipse, not the entire earth will be obstructed. Because the moon is what now? Smaller. Do you get the point now? Good. So that is that. What is the next evidence, class? Next evidence, number 3, is what? Image formation by Guinea. Oh yeah, let's write it down. Image formation by pinhole camera. Let's talk about that one. Image formation by pinhole camera. Then when we talk about that, we'll now answer some questions from our compiled and move on to the next phase. Image formation by pinhole camera. Ready? Oh yeah, right. A pinhole camera is used for obtaining the image. A pinhole camera is used for obtaining the image of a distant object. A pinhole camera is used for obtaining the image of a distant object. A pinhole camera is used for obtaining the image of a distant object. A pinhole camera is used for obtaining the image of a distant Image of a distant object. Used for obtaining the image of a distant object. Full stop. A simple pinhole camera consists of 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 a box, comma, consists of a box, comma, screen, which is behind the box, which is behind the box, which is behind the box, screen, which is behind the box, screen, which is behind the box, screen, which is behind the box, and a pinhole, and a pinhole, and a pinhole, and a pin gene hole. Full stop. Full stop. The hole is made tiny so as to allow the hole is made tiny so as to allow the hole is made tiny so as to allow little amount of light to pass through. The hole is made tiny so as to allow little amount of light to pass through. 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 Full stop. This means that increasing the size of the pinhole, this means that increasing the size of the pinhole blurs the image. Blurs the image. Blurs, you know what blur mean, Abi? Blurs the image. Blurs the image. B-L-U-R-S. Blurs the image. Idegia now. Full stop. Blurs the image. Blurs the image. Blurs the image. Blurs the image. Full stop. Okay. Now, class, we are talking about a pinhole camera, and we said that a pinhole camera is used to obtain the image of a distant object. Okay? Good. Now, remember that we are living, which century are we even living in? Is it 21st century? And of course, our technology now is much more advanced than the technology they used like 200 years ago. Are we here? Good. So imagine if it was possible for you to also live 200 years ago, and you've lived now, and then God now brought you back in the spiritual world and ask you, do you want to live now or do you want to live 200 years ago? Which one will you choose? You want to live now, right? You want to live now, right? Because of technology, right? Okay, because obviously, if you were living 200 years ago, you would not enjoy technology. Now we have mobile phones. We have mobile phones and so on that you can use to enjoy yourself. Remember, class, which electromagnetic wave is used for telecommunication? Is it radio wave now? So that is one of the marvelous things of this century that we are enjoying. Now, before, if you were living like 200, 300 years ago, the kind of camera they normally use is the pinhole camera. I even remember during my JS 2 or 3 that we did a practical on this pinhole camera. So a simple pinhole camera will look like this. You have a box. Okay, you have a box. And then that box, this box can be a carton, in fact. Those days we used a carton to make it. And then at the back of it, there is a screen. There is a screen where the image can be captured on. This is a screen. Okay? Now, usually this screen is usually photographic. Photographic. You know what photographic means? When you hear photo, what does photo mean? Light. Photo means light. So it means that this screen can be affected by light. That is what photographic means. Now, before, when you take pictures, the picture is not processed immediately you take it. Nowadays, we are enjoying the technology because if you just use your phone and snap the picture, there is a chip inside, a DSP chip, that is a digital signal processing chip, that is inside your phone that processes the image sharp and shows you the picture. And you'll be like, wow, this is me. I like it. No, okay, this one is not good. Delete, delete, delete. If you know the amount of processing that is happening, you'll be like, how is this thing even possible? Okay? But before, when there is no digital signals or digital chips for processing those kind of signals, you see that when the cameraman takes the picture, they will take it into their lab and use chemicals to process the image. In 2000 and, let's say from 2000 and maybe 10 or above, that is when digital chips started coming out, that they started using it to process image much more faster. But even at that 2010, up to 2013, in fact, or 14, they were still using that local means. So if you go to the studio to take a picture, the cameraman will put a film inside the camera. Have you ever seen that film before? Who has seen it before? It is usually black. And they used to roll it. And a roll. Do you know that now? Good. So the cameraman will open his camera and put that black thing inside the camera. Then they will now snap you. Chakam at different angles. After snapping you, he will now bring that black thing out. If you see yourself in that black thing, you will think it's your skeleton. Because it is just capturing maybe your sketch. It's just as if it's a sketch of you. Then the cameraman will now take that thing into the lab and now use some chemicals and process it. And the color of that image will now come out very well. That is why those days, if you take a picture, they will say, come and collect it in 2 days, 3 days, or 4 days, or 1 week. Because they will have to process it in their lab. But now, if you go to a studio, you just have to go and sit down and wait for them to finish it. Or maybe the person will ask you to go. Depending on the kind of... the only reason it even takes time now is because of the editing. If not, if you want to collect it sharp, you collect it once. Always yoku. But you will tell the person, Jidea edit here of more. You will tell the person to edit it very well before you come and collect it. Okay? Nowadays, people don't even collect hard copies again. Do you still collect hard copies? And when you use hard copies, they send it to you, soft copy. You now you can be spamming people. Tomorrow is my birthday. If normally students send that one now, so a student will just be in their house and send it as bulk message. Once I see that kind of thing, I will look at your pictures. I'll be like, oh, they are beautiful. I'll come out and continue doing what I'm doing. I don't post anybody. Okay? I don't post anybody. And nobody posts. Don't worry now. When my birthday will reach, you will even see it on your status. you will see it on your status. Your friend will post it. And with a very beautiful caption on it. Happy birthday to the most. Okay, this person said, sir, sun is outside space, right? Of course, yes. It's inside here, like that. That is where it is. Don't say outside space, because there's nothing like outside space. You can't, because we are inside the earth. The earth is inside space. That is how it goes. And the sun is also inside space. That is how it goes. In lunar eclipse, does it mean that there is no night, since the moon can no longer receive light from the sun? No, it doesn't mean that there will be no night. It doesn't mean that there will be no night. Okay? It doesn't mean that there will be no night. Now, you know that sometimes there are some nights that even though there is nothing like The weather is not changing. Maybe it's not about to rain, something like that. Yet you don't see the moon. Have you ever observed that kind of thing before? You've observed it, but you not pay attention to it. Sometimes the sky will be very clear. You will have stars, yet you will not see moon anywhere. You'll be like, where is the moon now? And of course, once you don't see the moon, you'll be like, it wants to rain. But that is not always the case. Okay? So something like that can also happen. It doesn't mean that there will be no night. Again. Now, let's continue. So as I was saying, the screen behind here is a photographic plate, the one I just explained now. Now, here in this box, you will now use a needle and just puncture the box. Just a small hole. Just small. Okay? Why do we make it small? Why did I say we make it small? So that little amount of light will do what? Pass through. Only a small amount of light will pass through. Don't go and say, this one is here enough. I now told you because Jam will ask you that question. What is the effect of increasing the size of the pinhole? So what is the effect of increasing the size? Good. It is going to blur the image. Good. So we said it is going to blur the image. So increasing the size will blur the image. Why will it blur the image? Because more light will enter. Now, get into now. Because we are going to use this diagram for some analysis. Now, look at the light that will come from the object. It will pass through that pinhole and cast itself on the screen. Now, look at what that object looks like. So this is the object. I'm using this line to represent the object. Now, the light from the object, like I said, will pass through the pinhole and form an image on the screen. Okay? Make sure you draw your straight line very well if you're sketching. Okay? Now, this one is the image. This one is the the object. Now, for our analysis, let us see what is going to happen here. Class, this object has a height. And that height is what we call object height. What we call now. So, and we represent it by HO. So, if we have HO, can you even put HO? HO is object height. Now, this our object is at a specific distance from the pinhole. That distance is represented as U. And U is known as object distance. U is known as What is HO, class? U is what? HO is what? Good. Now, if you look at your image, the image is also going to have a height. The height of that image is represented as HI. I don't want to draw it so that the diagram will not look very complicated. Who are those people attacking us? Your village people. Okay, your village people. Okay, don't worry, we are going to continue no matter what is happening. Okay, someone asks a question. Sir, I heard that Elon Musk built hotel in space. Is it possible? Please, that place you heard that thing from, tell them is a lie. Elon Musk did not build any hotel. The only building, listen. Are you listening? Are you listening? The only building in space is the ISS. That is the only building in space. That is the International Space Station. That is the ISS. That is the only building in space. And that building is not only one country that owns it. It's about, I think, 6 countries. About 6 or so. I don't know the exact number. But I know that US is there. China is there. Russia is there. So Now wait it. We never chop. Obuluzi nke alone on a space. Okay? Okay? Eh? Now somebody is asking, Kekashi Vuje cement eba. Now the houses were not built with cement. Okay? Now, first of all, they were built with some other materials. Now, like other metals, there are plenty metals now. Now, they did not build it in space. They built it on earth and took it to space in compartments. Are you listening? In compartments. For example, they might build something that looks like a container, that kiosk, that container box, and take it to space, and then arrange it. Is it not a house? So they built all the different aspects in compartments. And then the design of that ISS is such that if any other country wants to join, all you just need to do is build your own, and then when you bring it to space, they will now join it together. So if Nigeria decides in the future to build one, okay? So if you build it, we'll take it to space and then join it. Rockets. Okay? So, but of course, that will be very, very far when we are all dead and gone. Because we never chop. Abi? We've not eaten and we should not think of what? Outer space. Okay? Someone said, sir, please, what causes black hole and red moon? Because we need to know why it happened. Please, we cannot answer these questions here. They will not come out in JAMB. JAMB does not know what black hole is or red moon, whatever, will not answer that, okay? Bro, please, I'm not your bro. I am not your bro, okay? Person said, bro, back in those days, America, whenever they take pics, the cameraman takes it, something like paper comes out, then the flaps. Then I cannot even see what you are writing. Okay? Please, bro, come and meet me later. Kamaloya na bomo bro. Uncle, why does the white countries have longer day and shorter night, but the black ones have shorter day? It's not true. That is not true. Now, everybody, it rotates actually. It rotates. Everybody will get their turn. It is turn by turn. It is turn by turn. Sometimes we have longer day and shorter nights. Sometimes we have longer nights and shorter day. You know, have you ever noticed that when we rule like this, normally 7 by 7, they go very dark. But 7, everywhere is still kind of clear. It means we are having longer day. Okay? That is how it happens. Okay, sun is in space, but why is there darkness in space? Explain. Now, this question, everybody has asked this question, and the answer is still very simple. Why is it that sun is in space, yet space is dark? The answer is very simple. There is no surface where the light will reflect from. Remember, we see things because they reflect light. Space is so big that there is no place where the light from the sun will reflect from. That is why we still see it as if it is what? Dark. But Earth is a surface. So when the light hits Earth, bam, and reflects, we can now see what is around us. Do you get the point? Good. So there is no space. There's no place in space for it to reflect from. Now, let's continue here. Class, our image is at a certain distance from the pinhole. And that distance is known as image distance. It's known as now. And we represent it by letter V. Now, how many letters do we have now? 4. H-O-U, V, and what? H-I. Now, there is a formula that links all of them together. The first formula says that M is equal to V over U. Because we'll answer question. M is equal to V over U. M is equal to HI over HO. What is happening there? What is happening? Yes? Who is uncling me? Yes? Don't worry, I'm coming. I will explain it. I will explain. Let's just write the formulas down. Mu is V over U. Mu is also Hi over Ho. And then the overall formula that links this all of them together says that V over U is equal to Hi over Ho. Like this. So we are going to be using these formulas to solve questions. So take them down. I hope you watched Nigeria match yesterday. So why I watch a match? Everybody was watching it, I say. Mandina Amara de Kabol shall walk. Oh yeah, Bona. Everybody was watching. Oh, you were hearing. You were hearing. Hey, yeah. Okay. You see that we actually love this country, but we will not say it. Okay? Everybody loves this country. To tell you that that is the only thing that unites us. Akuya? You see that whenever Nigeria is playing, that is the only time maybe a Yoruba man, an Hausa man, and an Igbo man will be together, laughing and all that. After the match, everybody will continue with their beef. So that's very nice. But do you want to stay in the country? No. You want to jackpot? Akuya? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay, now let's look at this. Class, in this formula that we stated here, what did we say that V represents? We said that V represents what? Now, let me tell you now, JAMB will not tell you that V is image distance. In fact, when we start solving questions, they will not give us anything image distance. What they will tell us is length of the box. They will say length or size of the box. Length or size of box. Now, if you look at this box now, from Eba to Eba, is it the length? And that length also represents V. So don't expect them, whenever they are giving you questions here, don't expect them to give you image distance. What they will give you is length of the box or size of the box. Are you with me? Good. So use that instead. What did we say U represents? Object distance. HI represents what? Image height. HO represents what? Object height. Now, oh yeah, pay attention. Let me explain it again. Class, let's assume that, okay, what will I use now? What will I use? Well, let me bring this pulpit. Let me use it as my example. Okay? So, this pulpit is where the pinhole camera is. This is where the pinhole camera is. Okay? Now, and then it is my picture that is to be taken with that pinhole camera. Now, I am the object. So I'm the object. Okay? Now, my height is the object height. My height is the what, class? That is this HO here. So, my height is the object height. Then, the distance between me and the pinhole is the U, is the beginning now, U, which we call what? Object distance. So, I am standing here. That is the pinhole. The distance between me and the pinhole is the U, object distance. Then, inside this pinhole camera now, this is the box. Inside it, remember, the pinhole is somewhere here. Akwezioku now. And then, eba to eba is the length of the box. Akwezioku now. This is V because my image is here, inside the box. This is where my image is. So, eba to eba is the V, image distance. Then, that my image, if you use your ruler and measure how high it is, that is the image gain height. So, if you carry your phone now, and then, or let's say your friend says, "Ngwa phone na kisemo photo." Your friend now stands here and now hold the phone like this to snap, and you now do like this. How do you even pose? Let me pose like a lady, okay? And you now, like this. You now pose. Okay? You now pose, and then your friend will now snap. Now, the distance between the camera and that person you are snapping, what will you call it? Is it you? Object gain distance. The height of that person that you are snapping, what will you call it? Object height. Akwezioku now. Then inside the camera, things will now be happening. Okay? Things will now be happening for you to get. Of course, after snapping the image, maybe you know that the person's picture in the phone will have a height. If you can measure it, that is the what now? Image height. Just like that. Okay? Yes? Oh, question. Please, sir, how big is the pinhole camera? Okay, it can be, like we said, it is the size of a box, depending on how far the image is. That will determine what the size of the pinhole camera should be. Okay? Don't worry, we are going to talk about the properties. We'll talk about in fact, that is the next thing. Tell me now, okay. Properties of images formed. Yes, MO is magnification. I'm sorry for not telling you. MO is magnification. MO is magnification. Okay? Properties of images formed by pinhole camera. 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 Idegia. Properties of images formed by pinhole camera. Properties of images formed by pinhole camera. Properties of images formed by pinhole camera. Number one, the image is real. The image is real. Real. R-E-A-L. R-E-A-L. Are you following? Are you sure? Wait, what's happened to your pen? She's using your pen. Where's your own pen?
No, this is my pen.
Eh? I don't understand the logic. You are sharing pen. So you don't have another, there's no other pen. There's no other pen. Can somebody borrow pen? Borrow her pen. Take. After you return it. What did we say in that first one? The image is gonna real. The image is real. Touch that auntie for me. No, that one. Are you okay? You on eyeglass. You are okay. Okay. Have you been writing? Because some of you will think that because we are there, we will not come here and check. My eye is everywhere. Oh yeah, let's continue. Let me stay at this back for now. Number two property. Image is inverted. Image is inverted. Not, what is number one again? Image is real. Number two is now what? Image is inverted. Image is inverted. Number three, image is diminished. Image is diminished. Image is diminished. Image is diminished. Image is gaining now. Image is diminished. Image is diminished. Class, those are the three properties of images formed by pinhole cameras. What was the first one we said? Image is what? Real. Image is real. Now, let's explain. Class, when you say that something is real, what does it mean? It's not fake. Exact, exact. It's not like cartoon. It's real. It's not virtual. Now, in terms of images, listen up now. In terms of images, when you say that an image is real, it means that it can be captured on a screen. It means it can be captured on a what now? A screen. Now, let me ask you, do you remember doing any practical on light waves in secondary school? Do you remember doing any practicals? I'm hearing yes, I'm hearing no. Kedu school ega la gabikono? Ke school lugi? Ke school ega? Metropo? Okay, Bethel. Did you do practicals? Did you do practicals? Did you do light wave practicals? Did you do that practical that you are closing one eye? Oh, you remember that one? That are using needle? Oh, you did that one? Mandi tia kuoya abuna melia. Now, did you do the practical that you use touch? That you use touch and they gave you a lens? Did you do that practical? You did it, raise up your hand. You did it, raise up your hand. Okay, a few persons did that. You went to a nice school. Clap for yourself. It's not easy. It's not easy. Manandin Kozo, you did not do it. Forget about it. Now, listen. If you remember doing that practical that they say bring touch as you are coming, or you have touch in your house, you see that they will give you a lens, and then you will have a light source, okay? And it is not just any kind of touch that you use for that practical. You use those ones that have those white touch that used to have different bulbs inside. And then what happens? When the light shines on the lens, you see that you will now have maybe a screen here, which is just a wood that they used white paper to cover. And then you see that the image of those bulbs will appear on that thing, on that paper. Did you do that? You did not do it. Now, the reason why you could see those, what is it called? Those bulbs on the paper is because the image is real. The image is real. So any image you can capture on a surface, for example, this surface now, or on a screen or whatever, is a real image. But any image you cannot capture on a surface is a virtual image. Is a what now? Virtual image. Okay? Or better still, you can say that a virtual image is something that, an image that is not real. Let me give you an example. When you stand in front of your mirror, is it you are seeing there? Is it your... Good. When you stand in front of the mirror, is it yourself you are seeing? Is it yourself you are seeing? You see yourself now. But that yourself, is that thing you are seeing, is it like the second you? That if you are missing, they can go and bring that one out. So that's why it means that one is virtual. That one is virtual. You are only seeing it because you are there. If you go, it will also go. If you wave, it will also wave. If you say hello, what will it say? Hello. If you say hello and your image say hi, what will you do? Ha! It take a force. Or maybe you come in front of a mirror and you say, K-way, or say, my guy, how far? I will run and not stop. Okay? So that image we are seeing in the mirror is getting now virtual. It is not real. So the opposite of real is getting virtual. Now, the next property class, we said that the image is getting inverted. Image is getting class. Image is inverted. What does the Oyibo inverted mean? Upside down. Okay, now. Now, look at the object here, class. The arrowhead is pointing up. Look at the image. Arrowhead is pointing down. That shows that the image is what? Inverted. Know this trick now and know peace. Class, anytime you see real image, it goes with inverted. Real goes with gene. Real goes with gene. Real goes with gene. Inverted goes with gene. Real. Inverted goes with gene. Real. Then, virtual goes with upright. So, or erect, yes. Virtual goes with gene, upright, or erect. So, when you look at yourself in the mirror, I told you that that image, is it real or virtual? Virtual. Is it upright or inverted? Upright. Because the way you are standing. Because the way you're standing is the same way your image will be standing. If your head is upside down, the image will also go upside down, just like that. Do we get that now? Now, the final property says that what? Number 3 is what? Diminished. What does that English diminished mean? Small. Okay, so it means that it is smaller, diminished. That is what diminished means. If you look at the objects here, this object and this image, do you see that the image is smaller? Because the image is smaller, that is why we say it is diminished. Assuming the image was bigger, what would you call that? What is the English you will now speak? Magnified. Assuming the image was bigger, it becomes magnified. Huh? Good. If you did not learn anything today, learn this thing. Real, inverted, diminished. In fact, there is an acronym, RID. Reach to you what? There's no T. There's no T there. Rich I die. Okay, so there's no T there, so it is not rich till you die. It is rich what? Rich in December. Rich what? Oh, rich in doings. Oh yeah, that would work. Rich in doings. Okay. Now, listen up. So whenever you hear RID, R stands for what? Real. Inverted, diminished. So if I say RID, what will you tell me? RID. Real inverted diminished. RID. Real inverted diminished. We just formed a political party. This is a political party. Vote me as president. And when I become the president, I make you all ministers. Ministers, Minister of smile, you. Minister of food. What will I give you now? Minister. What is happening now? Our campaign. Okay, so just make sure you remember that. Because, we just played about this now. And we're going to tomorrow. RID. You never mind. You never say Maya. Okay, so make sure you remember that. In fact, let it be your slogan now. Okay? As you are going home, you enter bus, you look at your neighbor, RID, real, inverted, diminished. Okay? When you say like 5 times, they will shift. They will shift for you. Eh? Okay, someone said, does that mean that if I carry torch and go to space, it will not work? Your torch would work. Now, that torch working means that the light will be coming from it, Abi. The light will be coming, but it will not be able to illuminate anything. Because that light will travel to the edge of the universe, and of course there is no edge. The universe does not have edge for it to bounce off from. So that is it. Unless the only place or the only thing you use it and see is maybe if there was an asteroid close. If there was an asteroid close, you know asteroids now, those stones you see in space. If there was an asteroid, if you shine it on it, it will bounce from there and come back. And you say, okay, that's a stone. Apart from that, you will not see anything. So let's move on. Let's move on. So now that we know this, please can I get a past question and let's answer question. Yes? Yes? Who is calling me uncle? Okay, thank you. Yes? Any question? Any question? No question. Okay. You look so familiar. Your face looks familiar. Yes, the shape of the head looks familiar. I've seen the face before. You have a big sister? You don't have a big sister? You have a big brother? Eh? Eh. I know I've seen the shape of the head before. Yes, now the shape of the head. That is how I identify people. Now, let me tell you something. You know I love you so much, right? Do you know I love you? How can I show I love you? Dash you money. Wait, so anybody that dash you money now loves you? No. Is that what the word has been reduced to? That is no. Nah. During the Good Luck Ebele Jonathan regime, it was not like that. Okay, it was not like that. Okay? Yes. Girls then or females those days are attracted to guys that have brain, that are intelligent. But now, they are looking at your pockets. Okay? They are looking at Odogu. Who do you want to marry? Odogu. Right? It's Odogu. Those days, they ask a lady, who do you want to marry? She will not start listed, God-fearing man, someone that is handsome, tall, family man, and all those. You will list all those things and list all those things and list all those things. But now there is only one word for everything. Odogu. Odogu. That is a summary of everything. Okay? So, but I love you. Whether you like it or not, I love you. With the love of Christ. No other kind of love. Which other love are you looking for? So I love you with the love of Christ. And because of that, now listen up. Listen very carefully. I am preparing something nice, something beautiful for you people. Okay? So that you will pass your exams. You know, I said I love you now. So I'm preparing something nice for you so that you can pass your exam. Okay? My handout is going to come out very soon. So once you go and buy the handouts, in fact, I poured out my love in the handouts. The physics handouts. Okay? Yes, for your jam. For your jam. Okay? Because there are... Listen to me first. The problem... Listen. Can you listen to me? The problem that you have is that your own is just how much? So that you will know whether you will buy it or not. And then, if I say something that your pocket cannot afford, you will just forget everything I'm saying. But hear it first. Okay? JAMB is already by the corner. There are so many topics you need to cover that time will not allow us to cover. So what I did is, I did it in a point and kill manner. Point and kill. Itwaka Ibuya. Point and kill. Okay? So don't worry. Let me not even say too much. The handout speaks for itself. Okay? I don't know how much it will be. Let me say the truth. I don't know how much yet. It is after production we will now know how much. But it will not pass. Ego can get now. Okay? It will not pass 1K. I am very, very sure it will not pass 1. It will not even reach, it will not near 1K. Okay? It will not near, because I love you. Because I love you. Okay? Yes? No. Okay, you have the magnetism one. Yeah, I have, like, it is, yeah, extra. Yes, extra on top. So you must buy. Yes. It is. This one is called version 2. Yes, version 2. You have, throw it away and buy another one. Okay? So once it comes out, I will let you know. And I know you will not for my hand. Abi will leave for my hand. Oh, you are falling in already. Better start saving now. Start disturbing your parents. Tell them that you want to buy handouts. They give you food this night. You say no. And then your mom will come and say, Mama, why don't you want to eat? Acho me go to handouts. Simple. Okay? I've already given you an estimate. I don't want to say something and then later come and change it. I said it will not pass 1K. It will not even near 1K. Maybe from next week. Hopefully. I might come and make it 1K. You know things are now expensive. You cannot blame me, right? But I will try as much as I was like you. So I will try as much as possible to consider you and make it like 2K. Like 2K. Nobody will buy. I will show you Pepe. You. I will show you Pepe. She said nobody will buy. Holy Ghost fire. Okay? Now, let's answer some questions based on what we have said so far. Are you ready for me? So just pay attention. As I'm saying, as I'm reading, just listen. I would have said go to your past question, but that would waste our time. So listen and listen carefully and give me the answer. Non-luminous objects can be seen because they, are you listening? Yes. They said non-luminous objects can be seen because they, option A, are polished. B, are near. C, reflect light. D, emit light. What is the answer? Because they do what? They reflect light. That is very nice of you. Okay. The following are all examples of luminous bodies except option A, moon. B, sun. C, stars. D, electric lamp. What is it? Is it moon? Yes. That's nice. Another one. Moon, sun, street lights, stars. So moon is I, sun is I, street light is I, stars is IV. They now said, which of the above is a natural source of light? Sun and what? Stars. Now, but pay attention, listen up. If you follow this question based on what they wrote here, then you might feel it. Because in the question they said natural source of light. So moon should be among, sun should be among, stars should be among. Because all of them, they are sources of light. Remember we said we have 2 categories. Forgetting about categories, all of them are they sources of light. Good. So you see that the Oyibo that they spoke or they spark there has K-leg. Because if you just ask me to get or to state all the natural sources, moon should be there because it's a source of light. Okay? But if you look at the options are saying something else. The options just want to know which ones are the natural luminous sources. Because remember we have luminous sources and non-luminous, abi? So amongst them, the ones that are luminous is sun and stars. Moon is not among. So that is why the answer is so. Okay? Now, another question. Which of the following statements supports the assumption that light travels in a straight line? Option A, light can be diffracted. B, a source of light produces distinct shadows of opaque objects. C, a source of light produces interference patterns on suitably placed screens. D, light can be reflected. What is the answer? B. Is it B? Yes. Good. A source of light produces distinct shadows of opaque water object. So they are asking us for evidence of rectilinear propagation. Once you see shadow, forget every other thing. Next one. Shadows and eclipse result from the dash. Shadows and eclipse result from the dash. A, refraction of light. B, rectilinear propagation of light. C, diffraction of light. D, reflection of light. What is the answer? Rectilinear propagation of light. Is that the answer? Yes. Good. Another one. Total eclipse of the sun occurs when the total eclipse of the sun occurs when the option A, Earth is between the moon and the sun. B, sun is between the moon and the earth. C, moon is between sun and earth. D, ozone layer is threatened. That option for you. Okay, so what is the answer there? C. Is it C? Yes. Moon is between what? Sun and earth. As simple as that. Then number 4, there is a diagram. Let me draw the diagram and then we read the question out. Okay, so there was a diagram there. Let's just answer it. Okay, so in the diagram you had sun here, you had moon here, and you have earth. And then there was something like this. And then they labeled these parts X. This is your earth. This is your moon. This is the sun. Class, if you diagram, what kind of eclipse is that? Is it solar eclipse? Yes. That is solar eclipse. Now, look at what they now asked us. They said, when the sun, the moon, and the earth are as shown in the diagram, an observer standing at X is in what? Let me read again. When the sun, the moon, and the earth are shown in the diagram, an observer standing at X. So this is where the observer is. Pay attention. The observer is here. Instead of writing it here, they now labeled it outside. They now said, an observer standing at X is in what? Option A, penumbra and sees partial eclipse. B, penumbra and sees total eclipse. C, umbra and sees partial eclipse. D, umbra and sees total eclipse. So what is the answer there? Umbra and sees total eclipse. Is it total eclipse now? Why is it total? He observed, well, you see that the moon is exactly opposite here. And because it is opposite here, it means that this place will experience total darkness. And total darkness means what now? Umbra. Are you with me? Manobu no, let's say, enuebake lebelo. This will be penumbra. Because this side will see partial darkness. Because the shadow of the moon is coming, but light is also coming to these edges, to this side. Are you with me? Good. Let's continue. Okay? Because of time, we're going to skip a lot of questions and just answer a few that we can. Okay? Okay, look at this one. They said, what is the effect of the increase in the size of the pinhole camera on the image? A, it gives a blurred image. B, corrects for chromatic aberration. C, magnifies the image. D, brings the image to a sharper focus. Answer is what? Blurs the image, right? We talked about that. Blurs the image. It blurs the image. Okay? The next one. The image in a pinhole camera is option A, erect and formed by refraction through a lens. B, virtual and formed by dispersion. C, erect and gets sharper as the hole becomes larger. D. Inverted and formed by light from each point traveling in a straight line. Is that the answer? Good, because of the inverted, right? Good, so it is inverted. They are talking about the property. Those properties, RID. Akia? Good, that is what they are talking about. Now, the next question is calculation. So you are going to write it down. Write it down, write it down, write it down. Write it down. Are you ready? An object of height 4 cm. An object of height 4 cm. An object of height 4 cm. An object of height 4 guinea. An object of height 4 cm is placed in front of a cuboid pinhole camera. Is placed in front of a cuboid pinhole camera. Is placed in front of a cuboid pinhole camera. Is placed in front of a cuboid pinhole camera. Is placed in front of a cuboid pinhole camera of size 6 cm. Of size 6 cm. Of size 6 cm. Have you written that? Of size 6 cm. Full stop. Full stop. If the image formed is 2 cm high, comma. If the image formed is 2 cm high, comma. If the image formed is 2 cm high, comma. How far is the object from the pinhole? How far is the object from the pinhole? How far is the object from the pinhole? How far is the object from the beginning now? From the pinhole. So that is the question. That is the question. Now, let us write down the parameters of the question and try to solve it together. Okay, now let's read the question and get the information from the question. Now, according to them, what did they tell us? What did they tell us? An object of what? 4 cm. What do you think that 4 cm is? Is it HO? So HO is 4 cm. It's placed in front of a cuboid pinhole camera of size guinea. What do you think that CCM is? V. It is V. I told you they will change it. So this is 6 cm. What again did they tell us? If the image formed is getting 2 cm high. So that 2 cm is the getting HI. So we are looking for what? U. So we are looking for U. Is you we are looking for. You will not look for me. It's you. Okay? Now, which formula will link all of them together, class? V over U is equal to what? Is equal to HI over HO. That is our formula. Oh yeah, let us put in our values. V is 6. 6 over what? U is equal to 2 over 4. Akia? What will you do at this point? Cross multiply. If I cross multiply, 2 times U will give me what? 2U equal to 6 times 4, 24. Can I make U the subject? Divide here by 2, divide here by 2. U becomes equal to what? 12 cm. Do we understand that? Yes. Good. So that is the answer. That is the answer. That is the answer. That is the answer. Now, I am also going to leave you with 2 assignments. Okay? If you like, you solve it. If you like, don't solve. I don't care. Okay. I don't care. I don't care. Yes, but I love you. Yes, I love you. I love you. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I love you. I'm really sorry. I care. I actually care. I actually care. So you buy my book, right? Okay? Now, should I call out the question or should I just tell you the year? Should I tell you the year or should I call out the question? You want me to call out the year, say I. You want me to just dictate the question, say nay. You don't want me to give assignment, say who, her. Okay. Okay. You don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. I will do whatever I want to do. Right? Okay, but we are living in a democratic world, so I am going to go with the nays. The nays says I should call the question out. So I'm going to call it, but by your past question. This is stressful. Are you with me? It is very stressful. If you have your past question now, everything, and now once I say go to this particular year, you will go there, sharp, sharp. Sir, I think there is formula like this. 1 over F equals 1 over V. There is something like this, but it's not under here. We will see talk about it later. Just calm down. Uncle, why are stars in the space? Uncle, why are stars in the space except from producing light? How? Auntie or brother, sword you above my what are you meaning? Okay, you write the question down. The first question is taken from the book of 2012, number 31. 2012, number 31. So I will read it out, okay? For those of you that don't have past question. Okay? Mimi, do you have past question? Okay. Right. A pinhole camera is placed 300 meters. A pinhole camera is placed 300 meters in front of a building. A pinhole camera is placed 300 meters in front of a building, so that the image formed on the screen is 5 cm from the pinhole. A pinhole camera is placed 300 meters in front of a building, so that the image formed the image formed on the screen is 5 cm from the pinhole. Is 5 cm from the pinhole. So please take note of the units there. Make sure you convert so that you don't make any mistake, okay? 5 cm from the pinhole. Full stop. If the image is 2.5 cm high, if the image is 2.5 cm high, if the image is 2.5 cm high, comma, the height of the building will be what? The height of the building will be, the height of the building will be, the height of the building will be, the height of the building will be. If you analyze it very well, you should know exactly what you are looking for, Abi. In fact, some persons already know, Abi. Let's continue. The second question, taken from the book of 2013, number 29. 2013, number 29. 2013, number 29. Are you there? They said, a man 1.5 meter tall. A man 1.5 meter tall. A man 1.5 meter tall is standing 3 meters. Is standing 3 meters. A man 1.5 meter tall is standing 3 meters. Is standing 3 meters in front of a pinhole camera. Is standing 3 meters in front of a pinhole camera. Is standing 3 meters in front of a pinhole camera. Are you there? Whose distance between hole and screen is 0.1 meter? Whose distance between the hole and screen? whose distance between the hole and screen is 0.1 meters. Full stop. Full stop. What is the height of the image of the man on the screen? What is the height of the image of the man on the screen? What is the height of the image of the man on the screen? Okay, so in the next class, we will now go into a reflection of light. Okay, now let me answer some of these questions. No, that one is enough. Uncle, please, is vampire color very transparent that light can pass through? Look at just negodi. Since light travels on a straight line, what makes it transverse electromagnetic wave? I am confused. Okay? Now, when you talk about do you go to church and live before your father? Okay? So, as I was saying, when we say that light travels on a straight line, we are talking about the particles of the light. The particles of the light itself, that is the photons. Remember that light is made up of small, tiny particles called what? Photons. Have you heard that statement before? So we are talking about the photons. Uncle, sun is in space, but why is it that space is very dark? We've answered that. Sir, please, what makes red moon? I'm not going to answer that. I'm not going to answer that. Okay? I'm not going to answer that. Since light travels on a straight line, why are they? We have answered that. Uncle, what is the SI unit for this mirror image? I don't understand. SI unit for this mirror image. Image does not have any units now. Talk more of SI unit. Past question. Okay. Thank you. So, I got continue on the next class.